What's going on, everyone? It's Jay here. I actually wanted to make a quick video and discuss upon a subject that is getting the Kingdom Hearts community a little bit concerned overall about what's possibly coming for us in Kingdom Hearts 3 as far as the combat system. Now, this subject was sparked into my interest after watching a video that was created by Soralum1, his analysis video. Now, in his original video, he actually spoke about Kingdom Hearts 3 and its combat system, specifically the situation command. Now, the way that he was wording things, I took it to the comments and just said that it seemed like he was talking down Kingdom Hearts 3 because it is not exactly like Kingdom Hearts 2. That was what the comment that I put down, basically, but what it did actually was start a whole discussion about the situation commands and the whole combat system in Kingdom Hearts 3 altogether. Now, after this whole discussion within the comment box of his analysis video, and I'm going to assume that there were other people who kind of had the same thought process or comments as me, so luckily or hopefully I wasn't the only one, but he did respond to this in another video that actually just came out, and I will actually talk upon that in the future. But first, I actually wanted to still discuss about the discussion that actually happened within this little comment section that was created under my comment. I wanted to talk about this because it is a very interesting subject that needs to be gone over. Now, there are a lot of facts that need to be laid out before we start this discussion, including things how, like, this game is still under development and the combat system is not set in stone. However, with this new trailer coming out and with the new trailer that will be coming out within a week, we will really get a chance to see if this combat system is how it is going to be within Kingdom Hearts 3. Now, you have to remember the original comment that I did put down was, like I said, how he at least sounded like he was talking down Kingdom Hearts 3 because it's not exactly like Kingdom Hearts 2. So there is going to be a lot of Kingdom Hearts 2, Kingdom Hearts 3 comparisons within this video, but not only between those two games. But what I'm really going to be talking about, because this is what really started to shine brighter within the actual discussion, is having majority of the main abilities used in Kingdom Hearts 3 and being introduced in Kingdom Hearts 3 are all controlled by situation command. And there is a lot of concern regarding this combat system because of the way that it is formatted. Most popularly seen as us just spamming the triangle button in Kingdom Hearts 3. Now, I do see the worry with that exactly because it does kind of clamp up in that left side during the game and how it just kind of stacks up. Something else that a lot of people were bringing up is how situation commands stack, and it's worrisome where 5 or more possibly would actually pop up at once, being able to spam all those multiple options, and then having the capability of several situation commands being at your disposal, making the game very easy. Now, originally that was some of the main points that people were kind of bringing up. Now, I do understand this concern where you would be able to have multiple abilities at your disposal that could be very cluttered, as well as overpowered and possibly annoying with all of them popping up on the side. But here are some of the main points that brought these concerns to rest, if you allowed it. One point is that with the actual situation commands being able to stack up on the left side above your command table, they do come with a time limit where you only have a certain amount of time to actually grab that ability, and also you do have the option to use that ability. You don't always need to use those abilities, so they will go away after a certain time. Now, about that time limit that you do have in order to activate that ability, that is actually a concern of mine, newly brought up, and I will actually bring that up a little bit later. Now, another thing is that if you're actually playing on critical mode in 0.2, and we all know that 0.2 is taken from Kingdom Hearts 3, they just didn't want to add it into the beginning of that game because they wanted it to revolve around Sora. So what they did is bring it out as a separate game in and of itself. Now, as I was saying, if you were to be playing critical mode, you actually most likely wouldn't be able to bring up so many situation commands at least as easily as you would in any other mode. I say that because mainly, one, in all of the regular modes, you actually have a lot more magic to start off with, which means you have a lot more capabilities to bring up the strongest super magic abilities with the situation command by being able to expunge so much magic abilities all at once with so much MP. Also, you have a lot of health and the heartless, your enemies around you, will actually be obviously easier to combat. When you're in critical mode, you're actually a little bit cornered, and you will not be able to actually use the situation commands as easily as where the heartless will be hitting you and basically be on your ass, and it will make it a lot harder for you to actually successfully use those situation commands. That's how I feel, and that's how a lot of other people felt as well. That also does tie in with how situation commands can be easy or make the game easy, where, like I said, it doesn't necessarily mean that you need to use those abilities in Kingdom Hearts 3, but it does hinder the fact where if you want to change your form or possibly your move set, because we now know that Keyblade transformation slash forms are one and the same thing and are controlled by situation command, you would have to change into that so that you can actually change your move set. And of course, one downside of that is how you will only have that for a certain amount of time. It was the same way in Kingdom Hearts 2 where you only had a certain amount of time, but with this one it's more of like a command style time limit, and that does concern a lot of people, including myself. Another thing to point out that a lot of people did talk about is that they didn't want those triangle buttons to be used so much in Kingdom Hearts 3 because they were comparing it to other games that are very triangle heavy as far as usage, like Birth by Sleep and Dream Drop Distance. Now, when they say Dream Drop Distance and Birth by Sleep, now I think what they're really talking about are the commands that they can use to make that gameplay more of an easier front. I don't think they actually mean using the triangle button exactly, only because obviously with Birth by Sleep and Dream Drop Distance, that is literally the combat style. They have commands that use the triangle button. With Kingdom Hearts 3, you have the actual, or the usual main entry title Kingdom Hearts attack table, command table, but it also comes with those triangle situation commands. So it's a little bit harder to compare those games together since the combat system is a little bit different and a little bit more specific on those triangle buttons in Birth by Sleep and Dream Drop Distance. So as you can see, the main concern with Kingdom Hearts 3, at least within this small discussion, was how the combat system was very heavily surrounded around the triangle button, and how everything that you need to use in Kingdom Hearts 3 would be revolved around the triangle button. Now, throughout this discussion, I was seeing how many people were looking at Kingdom Hearts 3, and I was starting to understand what they were talking about, but there was still a little bit of something missing. There wasn't really any other response as far as what was really talked about, how Kingdom Hearts 2 is not like Kingdom Hearts 3. And this is where I want to talk about the new video that Sora All-in-One actually did bring out, where he actually explained his thoughts on the situation and what many people, including myself, had to say about his analysis and his thoughts. Now, of course, I'm not going to go over his video, but I am going to go over his main thoughts, because when he re-explained himself, it did sound a lot more concrete, and there's even more that can be talked about what he says, because what he says actually has some pretty good meaning to it when it comes to some of the things that I've been talking about in this video. There are new concerns that we want to look at when it comes to the combat system in Kingdom Hearts 3, and the thing is that we can't really critique it too bad, because there's still going to be one more trailer that's going to be coming out in 1 week's time from today that will let us know really how the combat system will turn out, and if there are going to be any changes, because there is going to be final information at that trailer. But of course, it's possible that the combat system and other things within the game can change, because this game is still in development. However, if there is going to be some sort of release date or window at the end of this trailer, I don't know how much more changing they can do to the combat system, and that is what had a lot of people worried. Now, I do want to talk about the new concerns that were brought to light in Dean's new video that he just released, that was a response to basically what this was and many other comments that were in his analysis video. Now, before he made this video, I did really enjoy the idea of how situation commands were implemented into Kingdom Hearts 3, and I do like the combat system overall in Kingdom Hearts 3, or what it seems to be shaping up to be, because it looks like it is a combination of all the Kingdom Hearts entry combat systems put into one, into hopefully what is a clean version of every ability in Kingdom Hearts. However, after watching Dean's new video, what he was mostly concerned about and the points that he brought up in his video did help me see a little bit more of what he was really trying to say in his original analysis. And one of the first things that he said, which I do want to repeat, is something that actually I can almost agree on. I would say a good 98%. He said that he fears that situation commands are a new mechanic, while not necessarily bad, if used as the gateway for majority of Sora's abilities, will overall make the game and your options feel limited. And by that meaning, where with the new situation commands that are at your disposal, even if up to 5 can come up to you and could be all used at the same time, some of those situation commands are only able to be available if you're using, let's say, a certain type of Keyblade to turn into that specific form, after only getting physical damage and combos so that you can charge up said transformation or situation command. And then at that point, when it is available to you, it's only going to be available to you for only a few seconds, rather 20 to 30 seconds, or else it'll just be gone, and then the progress to that form will not be there anymore. As opposed to where in Kingdom Hearts 2, with the forms that were available to you, you would have to charge up a gauge, and that would make it similar to the way that this is working. However, you would be able to choose exactly which form you wanted to enter and at specifically what time. With the situation commands, it is a little bit specific as far as what is given to you and at what time and for how long it will last for you to be able to grab it, and when you're in the form and how long it'll last in the form. While in Kingdom Hearts 2, you were able to stay in your form as long as you wanted, or at least until that form is done. As where in Kingdom Hearts 3, it seems like when you do go into a form using situation command, you will only be given a limited amount of time to gain combos and possibly situation command into another form or use its finisher, because in 0.2 it acted as it was a command style where the form would only be activated for a certain amount of time, and if you don't get the finisher, it will just disappear. Like I said, to sum it up, with his new video, it did bring a lot more points to this discussion, because originally what it was all about is the triangle button being overused. It's really hard to say what kind of impact situation commands will have on the Kingdom Hearts 3 game as a whole until it actually comes out. There are a lot of people who are for it and against it, and sort of in between. At one point I was for it and I was completely okay with it, but after seeing several people's viewpoints and being able to understand what they are feeling, it does make sense as to why they would either be in the middle or against it. What's more is that this subject in specific is something that is actually going to be ongoing of a discussion, which is good. I do want to talk about this subject more in the future, but this is definitely a subject that will continue because this game is still in development and Square does still have time to make changes to Kingdom Hearts 3 and its combat system if they think that it is necessary. Now, Kingdom Hearts 3 is still in development. While we are going to be getting a new trailer in a week or less, and that trailer will have new footage including new gameplay, within that new footage we will be able to hopefully see if there are any changes that they thought were necessary in Kingdom Hearts 3, or if the combat system will be the same as it was or is in the newest trailer that we have received just recently. Overall, my feelings for the situation command have changed, but not drastically. I still think that situation command will be a very nice implementation into the Kingdom Hearts entries, specifically Kingdom Hearts 3 of course, but it is yet to see just how it will affect Kingdom Hearts 3's gameplay and how much it will actually control what you do within Kingdom Hearts 3. Because now basically the concern is that with situation commands it is now limited because of what it will give you depending on what you are using and what you are doing within Kingdom Hearts 3. And then you can only have those options for a certain amount of time, as well as them being able to stack up to possibly only 5 at one time and being able to spam them. That part I didn't really have much of a concern about. However, I am concerned about how I'm going to be limited to what I'm going to be able to use depending on what is going on in my environment and what I am using at my disposal. If I did miss anything, I do want you guys to let me know in the comments section, and I do want you guys to comment down anything that you guys have to say about this discussion. I do want to hear your thoughts and opinions on this subject. This subject is an important one, especially if you are a Kingdom Hearts fan and you are concerned, worried, or interested, excited for this combat system. I want to know everyone's thoughts towards this combat system, and if you think it is more of a burden or if it is more of a blessing. Like I said, this discussion is going to be one that is going to be a building one. In the next Kingdom Hearts trailer, we're going to get a lot of new footage, and hopefully that footage has a lot more content that can really concrete the Kingdom Hearts 3 combat system to let us know, hey, this is how it's going to be. Most likely there aren't going to be any changes after this trailer. That's the trailer that we're going to get, most likely, that will give us the expectations of what Kingdom Hearts 3 is truly going to look like. After that video trailer comes out, I will probably create another discussion if there are any changes, substantial changes, or just new additions to the Kingdom Hearts 3 combat system, because it is something that we need to talk about and something that we need to stay focused on. If you guys enjoyed this video, please leave a like and subscribe if you're not already. This is a video that was most likely longer than usual, but this was something that I thought was important to talk about, and I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Dean, if you're watching, my man, I didn't want to bag you at all. I really like this because it is just something that is fueling a community that I love, and it is fueling a discussion that I feel is important because this game is something that I love so much. Again, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, leave a like and subscribe. Other than that, I will see you guys in the next video, and I will see you guys when that trailer comes out.